Primetime. That's the name.
Primetime.
Primetime.
What time is it? Showtime, primetime.
It's XL Primetime, featuring Joe C.
And then he couldn't fire his glutes later.
Matt Hayes.
His balls are different in person.
And Leon Searcy.
So they were smelling themselves.
Oh, my gosh.
With no deal.
How you like me now?
Oh, we are cranking out here at the beautiful stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. If you want to pick us up on the stream, just go to YouTube and search XL Primetime, and you can see the digs because we're sitting out here on the practice range, and they are about to get a golf tournament going at 1 o'clock this afternoon with Hire Heroes USA. It's really a pledge from ServiceMaster to make sure that they create job opportunities for all these veterans that come back from whatever assignment they are on, from any deployment, and they're looking to be employed. So we'll be talking all about it today as we are back at full strength. Matty Hayes back from Destin with the SEC spring meetings. Big Sirs, you and I have been holding it down. We are holding it down out here at beautiful TPC Sawgrass. You did get a chauffeur out here to the driving range.
Yeah, I didn't need it, but I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. You better believe it.
A couple of 100 feet. I could have walked that.
Yeah, but that's fine.
I appreciate it, though. Thank you.
You rolled into TPC Sawgrass, got into the clubhouse parking lot. They picked you up, and they brought you out here.
They did.
Matt Hayes had to walk.
Good walk. Healthy walk.
Yeah, I don't mind the walk at all. Matt, you didn't have to walk from Destin, though. So you are back.
I did not. Late drive last night. All good.
Yeah.
Easy drive, actually.
Is it really?
Nobody
5.5?
About 5 hours. Nobody on the road.
Okay.
Easy. Very easy.
Well, you've already said anytime you leave and you start pointing east on 10, or if you are going west on 10, between Tally and Panama.
Yep.
Bro, 10 is the loneliest place on the road, bro.
It is.
It's nothing.
It's the loneliest number. There's no doubt.
It is.
Yeah. Instead of 1 to 10, it's
but I like that, though.
I like it, too, because then you can think, you can contemplate, you can, you know, that kind of stuff.
And you can also cruise. Just
you can cruise, absolutely.
Just a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Not Joe Cruise.
No,
but just a little faster.
Not Joe C. Speed. But, yeah, but look, as long as at night, I don't like to test the limits too much because you never know when a Mountie will be out there.
I don't believe that.
I don't either. And don't believe it, JJ, because that's not true.
Yeah.
Exactly. The one thing about 10, though, you better fuel up.
Very true.
The exits are far and few.
And the one thing I do like about like any of those, if it's 3-lane, obviously you can navigate and negotiate in between cars and so on and so forth. And if there's that guardrail in between 3 lanes on one side, 3 lanes on the other, I'm not nearly as worried about a trooper rolling up on me.
Yeah.
So those are the guidelines. But you know how when you're in Georgia, you're going up 95, and you got the big tree line that's in between whoever's going north and whoever's going south, and they got those little hiding parking spots.
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I worry about those a little bit.
Yeah. Well, listen, the best drivers on 10 are semi-truck drivers. It's us that I worry about.
Really?
Oh, yes. I trust semi-truck drivers all the time. It's us.
Zigzagging
and out. Yes.
Look, once you get past the 75 interchange, it's good. Until you get to the former girls' school, and then after that, then it's a straight shot. It's easy.
It's still another girls' school?
That was a shot, right?
Oh, I thought it was still a girls' school.
What do you mean a shot? Was it not a former girls' school?
No, you're right. You're factual, but I was just trying to point out that it was a shot, and then Leon had another one added to it.
I couldn't resist. I saw the alley and I ooped.
All right, so let's get into a couple of things, Matt, since we've been talking about really SEC spring meetings for the last couple of days, everything's been going on, and you were out there, USA Today, you've been covering it. There's all sorts of things that have been said, takeaway, breakaway, 24, 16, 28 was mentioned, all kinds of
Was this the most lit SEC meetings of all time?
I told you guys, it was without a doubt the most consequential spring meetings ever. It was a little tension,
Okay.
I think there's a lot of unknown right now going on in college sports, and I think the SEC feels like it's getting cornered into a position it doesn't want to be cornered into. And especially with what happened. I still don't think the Score Act is going to pass, by the way.
Okay.
It's allegedly on its way to passing. It's been allegedly on its way to passing for who knows how long.
Okay.
So I'm not sure the SEC and the Big Ten are going to agree to it. So there could be litigation.
And that's not the Ted Cruz one.
That never ends.
Well, it's a bipartisan. It's a bipartisan
that is the
act.
Ted Cruz one.
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's a bipartisan
I thought it was the
act.
original Score Act that you were
talking
about.
It's not anything close to the original.
Okay.
Right. Because they had to get everybody on board or try to get everybody on board. I still think there's going to be a lot of pushback from one of the two sides of the aisle on collective bargaining.
Okay.
Because they believe collective bargain that the players should have the rights to collectively bargain and earn more
It never
of their
ends,
revenue.
man. It's this whole stupid collective bargaining and
Well,
how's
I
it
mean,
gonna be,
I don't necessarily
ever ends.
I don't necessarily disagree because you're talking they earn about maybe 21% now,
Yeah.
and the NFL players earn 49 now. Is that right?
Yeah, 49, 51.
49. Yeah, I mean it's the same type of business. It's
Yeah.
the same model. It's the same product. It's the same the way they distribute it with over the air network and streaming. It's the exact same thing. So why are they getting more than half less of what the NFL players get?
Yeah, because one's a business and the other one is an institution of.
No.
It is.
I feel like we're looking at North Dallas 40 right now, where Lyle Alzado screaming, every time you call it a business, we call it a game. Every time you call it a game, we call it a business. It's a business right now.
No, it is a business.
100%
It's still
it is.
part of an academic institution. And
Well,
I know you're dug in on
that's
your
the
side.
cover,
I'm
right?
dug in on my side.
Believe
So
me,
it
I
ain't
just
gonna change.
I just wrote today.
Yeah.
The thing is we're all looking for answers. The answer really is academics. Because if you really want to get a grip on what's going on, all you got to do is put academic benchmarks around everything. Everything. And I mean everything.
Fine with me.
Do you want to play? You need to have a 2.5 GPA. Do you want to transfer after 1 year? You need a 2.5 GPA. Do you want to earn on NIL? You need a 2.5 GPA. If you don't have it, you can't transfer, right? You can't go to another school.
Well, this is
you can't earn, and it's not you're not preventing them from doing it, Joe. Okay?
No. But
they are preventing them from doing it by not doing the schoolwork.
I'm looking at Leon now. This is a brand new idea from Matt because I haven't heard GPA or anything or academics
Right, because they've all forgotten it. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm happy to hear this, that you have to, it's still on an academic campus.
They don't care anything about academics.
I don't think they do
The whole
nearly as
playoff
much.
system is right smack dab in finals and midterms and all that.
And the beginning of the second semester.
Exactly. So if they cared anything about academics, there wouldn't be so much push for more games.
Okay, let's be intellectually honest here. If you're making $1 million a year, you can figure out how to get a C in a class.
Of course. All you got to do is talk to the
All right.
teacher.
My point is, what you're doing there is it's not so much the degree, which is great, and I think it would be great for all these young cats to get it. I think it's you're finally putting a guardrail around them where you're saying, you can't just say, I don't like this guy, so I'm going to another school.
Right.
I don't like this position I'm playing, so I'm going to another school. This guy will pay me, so I'll go see him. You're finally giving them a little accountability and responsibility by saying, you can do that, but you have to have a 2.5 GPA.
I
And
would
if you
love
don't,
that.
then you can't move.
All right,
And then there's no judge anywhere, any local judge is going to say, well, no, I don't think you should have to get a 2.5 GPA.
Okay,
But
so
most of the classes are online, bro. You know they can get around that.
Yeah.
Make the class.
Right, but you're forcing them to have a little accountability.
At
And that's
the very
what you
least,
need
do the
right
work.
now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. At the very least, do the work. And so I do love that. If you are coming back and there's maybe legs to that, then I love the idea of it. So here's at least what that SCORE Act or the bill that's being floated through Congress right now, bipartisan, these are the tentacles of it. So just jump in on it, Matt. But they're talking about basically you would have the one-time transfer, 5-year eligibility, pro player ban, hard cap, 5% max agent fee, the Lane Kiffin rule, optional pooling of TV rights, and then prohibit a super league. So that is where everything was kind of centered around, right?
Yes. Okay. So first off, the umbrella over all of that, it's doubtful it's going to pass. That's the umbrella. Okay.
Okay.
Number two, it's only a limited antitrust exemption for the universities. There's going to be ways for attorneys to get around this and sue the individual schools for whatever they want. That's going to happen. And anybody who thinks it's not going to happen, all you got to do is look at the last 5 years, how attorneys and local judges got around everything.
Okay, real quick, I just want to ask this one thing. Is that what Kirby was saying? He goes, we want to be able to do something and not have a litigation?
That's what they all said.
Yeah, okay.
That's what they're all saying. I mean, here's a perfect example. The Eli, by the way, our boy Eli Drinkwitz, the line of the week.
Yeah.
He was talking about the punt rule the NCAA came up with, where you can no longer – you got to have the right numbers on the field. Not so people were having all eligible numbers on the field, so anybody's eligible. You can't do that. So finally they've changed it. And now, and Eli was talking about it, and as he's walking out, he stops and turns around and says, I don't know, maybe somebody will get a judge and they'll get that turned over too. And walked out.
It's hilarious.
And that's kind of the situation they're in right now. And look, I told you guys, I've been saying this for months to you guys. it's not out of the realm of possibility for the SEC to just say, screw it. We're going to go. We're on our own.
All right, so
we don't need this.
Let's use that as a teaser into the next seg and tell us how and why, or how and if they decide to do that, how it can be done. All right, so we are at beautiful TPC Sawgrass, the stadium course. They will have this tournament going on at 1 p.m. today. It is the We Serve Veterans Hire Heroes USA event with Service Master. We want to say thanks to them for having us out. And I said these numbers earlier, but if you're just tuning in to XL Primetime, this is real. Every single year, 300,000 service members are discharged from the military. 80% of them lack job prospects upon their return home. That is a big, big challenge. Military spouses, on top of that, face an unemployment rate 4 times higher than the national average. So Service Master Restores jumped in, and they have created Hire Heroes USA, the nonprofit dedicated to helping U.S. veterans and their spouses find the next step in their careers. So we salute them. We salute all the people that are out here, especially the military that have served our great nation. So we'll keep telling you about that. Have a couple of guests on in just a little bit. It is XL Primetime. And since we are out here, I might as well at least get my one Modelo Yellow in real quick since we're all back at full strength. Get them going today on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime. Driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway.
All you do is yell at each other. You're not friends.
No, we're family. Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser. The Drill. Mornings on 1010XL.
UFC Fight Night is coming in hot, and the best place to catch every hit, every kick, and every takedown is at Twin Peaks. Ice cold 29-degree beer, scratch-made favorites, and wall-to-wall TVs put you right into action. ET here for Twin Peaks. Eat, drink, scenic views.
Welcome to Key Buick GMC, proudly family-owned and operated since 1943. Come see why they're North Florida's new and pre-owned truck center, conveniently located on Southside and JTB, just minutes from the St. John's Town Center. At Key Buick GMC, every new vehicle comes with our lifetime powertrain warranty. Key Buick GMC, we are professional grade. Online at keybuickgmc.com. Lifetime powertrain warranty covers engine, transmission, drivetrain only. Exclusions apply. See dealer for details.
From the tee to the green and everywhere in between. Join Dan, Jeff, and PGA pros for Brunch with the Tour. Teed up by Clearwater Irrigation and North Florida Medical Centers. Tuesday morning at 8:30 on 1010XL.
Hi, I'm Blake Bortles. People know I've always said if I wasn't playing football, I'd probably be on a construction site. So Next Gen Roofing finally let me live the dream.
Blake, why are you wearing a red practice jersey?
Always worn it for safety.
Right. Well, around here, the red jersey means you're the new guy. So you're in charge of garbage cleanup.
Perfect. I love garbage time. Always excelled in it.
It's not exactly what I meant.
Good thing Next Gen Roofing has real pros handling everything from family homes to large commercial buildings. Next Gen, teamed up with you.
Teamed up with you.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to floridahomeac.com/careers to find out more.
Ready to put your dream car in drive? Get solid rates for the road ahead when you finance with First Florida Credit Union. Enjoy competitive low rates, up to 90 days of no payments, and budget-friendly protection plans. Whether you're buying a vehicle or refinancing, stop by a branch or apply online at firstflorida.org/autoloans. Membership eligibility required. Interest accrues during loan payment deferral period. Federally insured by NCUA. Visit firstflorida.org/autoloans.
Joe C. for Blossman Gas. They've been providing hometown service in the comforts of propane to home and businesses since 1951. Imagine movie night spent around glowing gas fireplace logs, cookouts in the backyard with your propane grill, or laundry done faster with your gas dryer. Blossman has a wide variety of gas appliances to fit your needs. Propane delivery, gas appliances, and a full-service team. Blossman Gas is your local company for everything propane. Blossman Gas, log on, blossmangas.com, and check out the Blossman difference.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Discover the thrill of Sharks football. Fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. It's Star Wars night. Presented by HCA Florida Healthcare. Don't miss this Saturday, May 30th, as your Sharks look to continue their winning ways. Kickoff 7 o'clock and tickets start at just $15. This is the fun you've been looking for. The first 1,000 kids receive a free lightsaber. Dress up as your favorite character and get photos with members of the 501st Legion before the game. The Force is strong with this deal. Try our family 4-pack. Get 4 tickets and $50 in food or merchandise vouchers, all for only $100. Join us on field after the game for our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. Tickets start at just $15. To get yours, call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
Hey Jacksonville, this is Dr. George Bari. Bari Orthopedics is your choice when it comes to an injury. We're here for you and your loved ones to deliver excellent treatment and care fast the first time. Trust your care in our hands. Get same-day appointments for your injuries with 3 locations. If it hurts, ask us first. Bari Orthopedics.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
XL Primetime hanging out at TPC Sawgrass. Joe C. We got Matty Hayes back from SEC spring meetings. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer, and JJville holding it down back at HQ. We're out here with Hire Heroes USA, Service Master. We'll be talking to those folks coming up here in just a second. But Matt put a piece up on USA Today Sports, and you can definitely check it out. We're going to go back to some of the chatter as far as what it's going to take, as far as if there is a breakaway, all that type of stuff. But let's at least start with Pete Golding. Pete Golding, the new head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels. Matt, you can pick it up. He basically said, "You accuse me of tampering, I'll take the lid off of this whole thing if you guys want to hear more about, quote, tampering."
Right. So I think first we need to go back about 6 weeks when the Big Ten, the conference, came out. The presidents and the commissioner came out and with an open letter to the NCAA saying they must put a moratorium on compliance with tampering because the rules that were put in place years ago don't match the new NIL era.
They don't.
Okay?
I agree.
Everyone agrees with that, and that's not the only rule. There's multiple rules that were done prior to this explosion of NIL that don't fit anymore. And that's the first thing that Greg Sankey talked about when he walked to the podium on Tuesday. He said, we have to get our arms around enforcement. Everybody has to want to be enforced, number one. And number two, you got to get your arms around these rules that no longer fit the model we have. Okay, so that's the foundation.
I'm in the club. I don't want to be enforced.
Okay, so that's right. So is everyone else. But they don't want to be enforced because the rules don't fit the model they have.
Yeah, what you say makes sense.
So that's kind of where I think Pete Golding's looking at this. Okay, if you say that I tampered with a player, there's a lot more out there, and I got the receipts. Like if you think Dabo's got receipts, I can guarantee you he's got receipts.
Leon, do you like the defense?
Now, to be fair to Pete, I asked him.
Yeah.
He said no comment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course
I had 2 different sources tell me that. So, but he said no comment, and that's leave it at that.
So this was the kid at Clemson that committed to Clemson.
Luke Farrelly, the linebacker,
and
from
got
Cal.
money. Like $200,000, and Ole Miss offered him $250,000 through a text.
And apparently,
it
was much more than that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
One of the texts was a photo of $1 million check.
Oh my goodness.
And apparently, Leon,
sent to him in class.
The enforcement part that they don't want, they want it to be okay that they can call that kid in class or text him in class when he's already enrolled and on another campus and say, "Hey, you want to take this amount of cheese? Walk out right now, and you're ours." Instead
but if I'm that kid, I want that text.
Right, but there's also more to this. Okay, there's much more to this. Like you've got, and this is now a huge problem. This is not just coaches tampering. In fact, the greater percentage of the tampering is coming from the players themselves and their representatives.
Yes.
Okay.
That I 100%
So
agree
that's
with.
another thing that is lost in this whole situation.
Channels back and forth, not just one way.
You have players reaching out to assistant coaches. You've got representatives, like allegedly, this was in an ESPN story earlier this week. The representative, so Luke Farrelly's representative told Clemson, Ole Miss is coming after him hard.
Yeah.
I've got text for it. And then offered to give Dabo Swinney the text if Dabo added another year onto Luke Ferrelli's deal with another $1 million.
And that's the only way he was going to get the text.
That's the only way he was going to get the text.
So that is playing both sides. Look, I understand there's sliminess everywhere, but we can't just say it's on one side, Big Sirs, because the agents that are representing players are trying to use this to the max.
First off, they're also hang on real quick, Leon. 80% of these guys are not agents.
Yeah,
well, they're just dudes.
Someone representing.
Yes. Yeah, they're dudes. I mean, listen, the only reason why we're so appalled about all this is going on is because they're in school. That stuff happens in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It happens in the NFL, bro. College football.
Yeah, but if you get caught cheating in the NFL, you get crushed. You lose draft picks.
What do you mean cheating?
You lose draft picks.
I'm talking about leveraging.
No, I'm talking about tampering.
Bro. You know how many teams were calling me before free agency started?
How many?
At least 5.
Yeah, that's
calling you saying what?
Calling me
what
saying
you gonna take?
Yeah, well,
you or your agent?
Well, both. He would relay it to me.
Right, but my point is, if they get caught, they get hammered.
They get fined.
Right.
Or they'll lose draft picks.
Yeah. The NFL could hit you with $1 million fine. They could strip draft picks. They could hit you hard if you could prove it.
I mean, if you're caught, but they do it.
Right,
Only reason why we're so
offended
about
one
these
guy.
kids go to class.
No, all it's going to take is one guy to get screwed in a deal in the NFL, and he's going to say something, right or wrong?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's where we are, and I like the idea that it's both lanes that are trying to create as much money towards the player as possible. And let's be real about it and honest about it, because that's exactly what's happening. But then the other part of it, the enforcement part of it, and who wants to have these rules and regs and who doesn't. And if it does stay as the Wild Wild West, then we're going to have these kids getting texts in school and figuring out a way to get them to pick up their backpack and walk right out of that classroom, which ain't good. It ain't good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're also going to continue to get players and their representatives literally like using leverage on other teams.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than Darren Menza. He was the last quarterback in the portal, the last legit quarterback. He knew it.
Right.
He knew it. He got into the portal at the 11th hour because he knew Miami needed a quarterback. He knew he still owed $4 million, right? He goes into the portal. Miami has to pay off his Duke deal and then pay him a ridiculous amount of money to come play quarterback for them.
Did you ever get a handle on that number?
You gotta do what you gotta do.
No, listen, I'm not blaming Miami at all. I'm blaming the system.
Oh, the orchestra.
I'm not blaming Miami at all.
Hey, you gotta protect your product. We win together.
And they said, all right.
I don't disagree with you. Again, I'm not blaming Miami. I'm just saying that's the system that's out there. These guys are using the system, just like Pete Golding. That's the system that's out here. He's using the system.
Yeah, they said, all right, let's just make sure I understand this. We have to pay this much to get him to come this way, and we got to pay this much to make them not come after us, basically is what it was. And so, yeah, that's what they did. They paid a penalty fee for him to exit stage left from Durham, North Carolina, and come to Coral Gables.
And by the way, Luke Ferrelli, the linebacker we're talking about, the Clemson linebacker, he's now the projected starting linebacker at Ole Miss because he left and went to Ole Miss.
Yeah. Okay. And as you suggest, Matt, how much more?
Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot more.
Yeah, yeah.
For him to take this grief, and he's going to take grief when he gets on the field.
Right.
The fans will be on him.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be a lot more.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. All right, we'll keep this going. We're definitely going to talk a little bit more about this, quote, a breakaway or our own rules and make sure we're not getting sued and all that kind of stuff. But right now, let's say hello to one of the good folks here from Hire Heroes USA. Let's welcome in Ross. And I'm going to go ahead and hand you this headset. I saw this cat walking up with a couple of clubs in his hand. I knew he was a stick. And by a stick, I mean that he's probably playing to a one handicap. But we've got Ross Dickman. He is CEO of Hire Heroes USA. Welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. But, coming out of Army Aviation, when they called someone a stick, it meant they were a pretty decent pilot. So I'll take it.
All right, nice.
All right, so that is high praise for you. All right, but kind of give us an idea, because Hire Heroes USA, it is a great cause. We are very, very passionate about the military here on the First Coast. So tell everybody what you do.
Well, I really appreciate the chance to share about our mission with all of you. At Hire Heroes USA, we're focused on veteran and military spouse employment after their military service. We've been doing that for 21 years. We put over 120,000 veterans and spouses into jobs, and that's the core thing we care about. It's the cornerstone, really, of successful transition, is working a purposeful, meaningful job where your skills have value.
Yeah. Now, so are there any cost to veterans? And,
No.
and how do they get these services?
It's completely completely free for the rest of their life. From the moment they sign up until they don't want to work anymore, it's free for veterans or spouses. They get one-on-one coaching from our team, professionally written resume, help with their LinkedIn, with networking, and then we connect them with employer partners. We do spotlights. There's a whole host of services that we do to make sure that they can accelerate how competitive they are to get that job where they have value.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about the resources. So you prep them and they go through the whole process of getting the job, and you find the job for them, or do they have to go interview?
We help on both sides of that.
Okay.
So they might, maybe someone offers them a job and they're not sure how to prep their resume for it or interview for that one. We'll help them on that. But we also are running searches, matching, and sourcing of jobs for them as well. Our view is we work with some amazing corporate partners like ServiceMaster and others that want to hire veterans, but we're not working with every company where a veteran might flourish. So if they find that company, let's help you be competitive when you get there.
Nice.
Ross Dickman, Hire Heroes USA. So locally, how have you impacted the military, and what can military right now, veterans that are listening to our show, find some help?
Yeah, absolutely. So Florida, obviously, a totally welcome state for veterans, great opportunities for them to put their skills to use. And also there's a very competitive environment in terms of how their benefits from serving the country are recognized in the state of Florida. So if you're living in Florida, you're struggling to find a job where you have meaning and value, sign up on hireheroesusa.org. Go right to our website or on any social at Hire Heroes USA, and we'll connect you with a one-on-one career advisor on our team who will be that coach in your corner.
Nice.
Awesome.
What do you shoot, by the way?
Terrible. I mean, are we talking about Apaches still? Because
No.
In that case,
course.
I shoot pretty good. I'm dead nuts on,
So you're a stick then.
Yeah.
You got to clarify, man.
So you are an Apache pilot?
Yeah, I did. I flew Apache helicopters for 12 years in the Army.
So the Apache, and you might be able to tell the story real quick, but it is the reason they decided to name that helicopter an Apache is one of the great stories in military lore because of the fierce fighting. Can you describe that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, so the Army Aviation has a tremendous history of always naming after First Nation tribes.
Yeah.
So, the Black Hawk, the Chinook, everything is named after, and they do tremendous ceremonies around building concurrence with that, involving the tribes in those namings. The Apache was meant to be a tank killer. So it was built in the late 80s, first developed to sit and destroy Russian hordes of tanks. And so as they were thinking about that, which was a fierce tribe that would fight and deliver that kind of onerous kind of courageous fighting, Apache stood out. And so I was honored to fly that and, 2 deployments to Iraq and support soldiers on the ground.
Yeah, man, we can't salute you enough or thank you enough. My brother-in-law was on a Chinook, and so he was one of the guys that was those 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. How much does a Chinook weigh?
Lord, I don't know.
Yeah,
Too much.
It's got to be. It's a huge behemoth in the air. I don't know how they do it.
All right, real quick before you go, how do folks get involved with you guys? The easiest way to get in touch.
Easiest way, go right to our website, hireheroesusa.org, and it says, if you're looking for help with your job search, click here. And you sign up.
HIRE. Heroes.
HIRE. Hireheroesusa.org.
All right, Ross, thanks very much. Ross Dickman, he's the CEO of
Thanks,
Hire
gentlemen.
Heroes
Appreciate
USA. We're going to say hello to JT coming up here in just a second. Now, John Tovar, is the president of Service Master Group who's putting this whole event on, so we'll say hello to him coming up. It is XL Primetime from TPC Sawgrass with the Hire Heroes USA event. And I tell you what, it's going to be a great day for all these players out here.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford.
I'm Frank Frangie, and I can tell you as Walk-Off Charities has grown, we now manage a large athletic facility with numerous fields, including the Bregan Baseball Complex. To get around, we needed a good, reliable golf cart. I went straight to Dynamic Drives and Design in Jacksonville. I met with Travis, told him exactly what our needs were. Would you believe before you knew it, the perfect cart was delivered to us at an incredible price? If you need a golf cart, Travis and his team are the go-to. Learn more about them at dynamicdrivesdesign.com.
Attention men and women, if you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Who are the odds makers favoring to win the FIFA World Cup?
Just letting your homeowner's insurance renew each year may cost you money. Shop around and you may find a better plan. Let Southern Oak Insurance give you an option at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
Spain, France, and England are the primary favorites to win the World Cup, with Spain being the odds-on favorite. Overall, 48 teams will be competing.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Yeah, I know how awful it is to get injured, but not like my friend Tom who got rear-ended last year. Tom McManus here. Morgan & Morgan can help you. They're the largest personal injury law firm in the nation. 1,000 lawyers, 100 offices across the nation, and over $30 billion recovered. And guess what? They don't get a single penny unless you do. A proven track record with backup. Hard to find these days, but not with Morgan & Morgan. For the people, that's right. Get injured due to someone's neglect, get paid. Dial pound law or check out forthepeople.com.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. If you've ever wondered why some jewelry stores and department stores always have a sale going at 50 to 75% off, there's a good reason. Because most of the time, they're not real sales. The prices are marked up so they can sell the piece at a big discount and still make the profit they need. If you wanted to find a realistic sales event, the store wouldn't run a year-round sale, and the discounts would be a little more realistic. For example, Underwoods puts all of our diamond solitaire necklaces and ear studs on sale in May at 15% below the prices we sell at the rest of the year. So there's a genuine savings to the customer. We also take trade-ins. So it's the ideal time to buy for someone looking to grow their pendant or ear studs up to a larger size. Now at Underwoods, we don't run a lot of sales, but when we do, they're real and a good time to buy. So come see us at Underwoods, San Marco, Avondale, or the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Primetime. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
Well, we're out here in the beautiful elements, just a nice breeze with overcast skies here at TPC Sawgrass XL Primetime. Joe C., Matty Hayes back from Destin in the SEC spring meetings. Big Search, the Hurricane Hall of Famer. We got Aaron producing here. We got Jake out with social media. Gibby taking care of us. And JJ back at HQ making it happen. And now we need to say hello to the president of Service Master, John Tovar. JT, they call him. That way I don't mess up John Tovar. JT, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing outstanding. We appreciate you having us out. And I think we appreciate more than anything else what Service Master is doing for the military, for the veterans, for the people who, when they come back from serving our country, they find themselves in a kind of a awkward place. Like, what am I going to do with the rest of my, how does that play out?
Absolutely. Look, at Service Master, we're a franchise system. You've got great local owners, incredibly patriotic, and aren't scared of getting their hands dirty. And so I think there's always a soft spot and a tremendous reverence for those who really put it all on the line. Of course, the men and women who wear the uniform. And so when we had an opportunity to partner with a great organization like Hire Heroes USA and connect the dots, I knew it would be a match made in heaven. And so our franchisees have gotten behind it. We'll have over 250 golfers here today. This is our 4th year. We'll be raising a little over $1 million in that period of time.
That's pretty good.
Impressive.
$1 million is pretty good.
Absolutely.
What's the significance of that for your company moving forward? Doing that kind of work.
I think it just shows when you find the right group of servant hearts like our great franchisees, and you pair it with those who epitomize service, are the men and women in uniform, you can really go and do amazing things. We didn't come this far to get this far, so this will be $1 million and on to the next million.
Why is Hire Heroes important to you?
I'm a kid from the 9/11 generation, family, lots of military folks. And while I never served, I always had so much respect and admiration for all my friends and family that did. And so as I built my career, and I thought one day maybe potentially being in a position where I could really try to establish something and give back. And so really proud of what's happened over the last 4 years. And like I said, we didn't come this far to just get this far.
John Tovar, Service Master, is with us with Hire Heroes USA in the local community. That's what we focus on. We know that we have a huge military family in this First Coast area. How can you help them?
Absolutely. Look, we'll continue to drive events like these. One of the things that's great, the event that we're doing here today is what we sponsor from a corporate perspective. But even more exciting is the local franchisees host these types of events on a regional, local level.
Okay.
So they'll get local veterans involved, they'll get local businesses involved. And to see that happen is what's really inspiring, because we can throw a corporate event, but when you see the local dealers really supporting veterans in their local community, that's where the magic really occurs.
John, 115,000 confirmed hires, an average salary of $72,000 for those who work with Hire Heroes. That's impressive.
That's damn good.
Absolutely. And look, we weren't just trying to write a check to someone. We wanted to really partner with an organization that we knew was going to create meaningful next steps in these folks' lives. And we know Hire Heroes helps do that. Those are great jobs, and it's a great next step as they find their next mission in life, those veterans.
Now, is there anybody specifically you want to recognize that helped you put this event on?
His name's Rocco Cerrone. He's a big ex-offensive lineman from Michigan State, and he's running around here somewhere. He lives up in Lansing, Michigan.
I see him back here. Now, this is a Hurricane Hall of Famer against Sparty. He said he knew it when he shook his hand. That's for sure.
Right. I know it's a sports show. So just check him out online, man. The guy's had a great career, but he does a great job putting events on like this.
So he's one of the guys that's the center.
He's the guy. He's the
guy.
Yeah.
Well, listen, real quick, just kind of tell everybody once again, Hire Heroes, how people can get involved if they want to help.
Absolutely. So you need services from Service Master, 1-800-RESPOND. Look us up online. Certainly, we have a web page you can link to. You can support at a local level, but most importantly, you can just get involved with veterans in your community. Local is what really matters. You can go to Hire Heroes' website. Just do something. Start somewhere. We started small, and here we are about to eclipse $1 million on one of the most beautiful courses in the world. So,
all right, you're going to fire right at the flag on 17?
I'm going to do my best.
All right, John. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Enjoy Thanks,
the
guys.
day.
Appreciate it.
All right, John Tovar, Service Master, and Hire Heroes USA. As you just heard, his passion about it, that's for sure. It's real, and they are definitely looking forward to what they're going to do out here today. And like we said earlier, a stick is the guy who is a single-digit guy, but then we found out it's also a pilot as well. So just these, and you can look around and you can see. Can't you identify a military guy with the haircut?
Just the way they carry themselves too.
Yeah, and the way they walk, the way they carry themselves. I'm looking at some of the caddies here too, and they got 4 caddies with each of these groups. And my dude right here, I said, look, man, help them line up their putts, give them a good yardage. Sergio Garcia was famous. He got almost into a fight, a dust up with one of his playing pro-am partners because the guy asked him a yardage, and Sergio goes, I don't know. It's like 115, and he heard 150 instead of 115, and he thought Sergio was trying to show him up a little bit. So I want to make sure these caddies know that they give him the right yardage. 150. He couldn't tell which one it was. He couldn't tell, but. All these people that are out here are helping out with Hire Heroes USA, so we appreciate them being a part of this for sure. They're going to get their ceremonies underway here in just a couple of minutes. They even have a flyover with the Star Spangled Banner that will be playing coming up in just a few. But, Matt, we need to get back into, off of the Hire Heroes, hiring Eddie Orgeron. Lane Kiffin did that down in Baton Rouge, and now the Lane Kiffin rule has come up as part of all the chatter. What was the other big, not dust up, but the whole idea of a breakaway? This was all the SEC. There weren't really any outsiders that came in other than the media trying to see if they could stoke the fires of this bad boy,
but
right?
my guess is the media stoking the fire. It's always the media, right?
Yeah.
The big bad media.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because you guys have done a good job of stoking the fire
on this one. I think once the Big Ten reads this thoroughly, they're going to start. You're going to start hearing more and more about I don't know that we want to be part of this. I don't know that we can be part of this. Because you're and I've said this over and over. It's first off, they have no idea what this thing's going to make. They don't know how much money they're going to make by pooling. They think they're going to make more.
Yeah.
They have
and when you say pooling, it's pooling media rights.
They're pulling all their media rights together as one, like the NFL, okay? So it'll just be one group going to market. Instead of the way it is now, it's 10 groups going to market.
Right.
10 different conferences, okay? So, by the way, Notre Dame's not joining that. Notre Dame's still by themselves.
Yeah, with
Okay?
their own television
with their own
contract.
market. Correct. So I think it's what you're looking at is there's no guarantee you're going to get more money. That's number one. And number two, and this is as or more important, and I actually think they'd protect this at the cost of earning more money. They're not giving up their prime spots on Saturday, the TV windows that they have with ESPN and Fox, the two biggest carriers of the sport. They're not just going to give it up so you can watch Oklahoma State play Kansas State Saturday at 3:30 because that's what it does when you pool media rights.
I don't like
There's
that.
no way they're doing that.
I don't like that. I want to see the bigs that we are used to seeing.
Yeah, I mean, but there's terrible NFL games that we don't want to see too, right? Every now and then.
There's 32 NFL teams.
But I know, but
you're talking about 69 teams.
Well, I mean,
or more. If you're adding the group of five, and it's 138.
Yeah, then you don't want to see that.
We don't see all them.
Yeah, you don't want to see
Bro,
that.
I got news for you. If you think like the lower tier guys are not going to get on ESPN at some point, you're crazy. Because they're not going to do that.
Oh, I don't have a problem with that.
Once you
That's
agree to
ESPN
this,
too?
no. The main.
Oh.
Once you agree to this, there's going to be these guys have to be on at a certain time. These guys have to be on at a certain time because if not, you're minimizing their ability to earn.
But don't eyes matter?
Sure, it does.
Okay, then if they're not getting the right amount of eyes and watching the game, then they don't deserve that platform.
That's not how it's going to work, bro.
Oh my!
I want to bring up one real quick, and
it's just not how it's going to work.
All right, you're going to have to explain that coming up in a second. But how about this one? Just as far as the kickoff time, and this is Arkansas, and help me out here, a Big 12.
So Arkansas is starting the season at Utah. It's a 9:30 local, so 9:30 Pacific
So
kick.
a Big 12 versus SEC.
So they're going there for that game, right?
Mhm.
Then they're coming back on the next Saturday and playing an 11 a.m. kick.
Right.
All
right, we'll explain that coming up. We got the national anthem and a flyover coming up right now on XL Primetime with Higher Heroes USA.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Jacksonville's home for Florida Gators baseball.
Florida is chomping at the bit to start their run to Omaha against the Ryder Broncs in regional tournament action. Catch the first pitch tomorrow at 1 on 10:10 a.m.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Thicket here for nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools has been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools, summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
River City Wrestling Con hits St. Augustine June 6th and 7th at World Golf Village. Meet Goldberg, Trish Stratus, and over 50 stars. Live matches, photo ops, and more. Tickets at rivercitywrestlingcon.com.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Uh-oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Springtime is the perfect time to get your home organized. Hey, this is Lauren Brooks, and I love our closets from Closets by Design. They create custom storage systems designed around how you actually live. From closets and garages to entertainment centers, laundry rooms, and storage for any space and budget. Make an appointment to tour their showroom on Phillips Highway and get 40% off plus an extra 15% off for installation and 18 months special financing. Schedule your free consultation at 904-878-9393 or find them online, closetsbydesign.com.
It's a week-long flash sale right now from Zero Res. 3 rooms of carpet cleaning for $125 and $5.99 air duct cleaning per unit. Book now before the offer disappears. Call 287-5727. Flash sale now through the end of the week. 3 rooms of carpet cleaning for $125 and air duct cleaning for $5.99 per unit. Call 287-5727. 287-5727. Zero Res. Spelled backward or forward, it's the right way to clean.
Hey, gang, Prosser here for my friends Chad and Sandy. What are your concerns? What struggles do you anticipate when it comes time to sell your home? What is it that bothers you? What's keeping you from getting max money as quickly as possible? Well, I don't know what those reasons are because I know they're all silly. Because Chad and Sandy have one down-to-the-line guarantee. Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. It'll be at a price and a rate that you agree upon beforehand. So if you need to sell now, fast, easy, stress-free, and you need max price, then you need Chad and Sandy. The government's making moves intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. Now's the time to prepare. It's time to call Chad and Sandy. Darcy in San Jose did. I wanted to move to a more walkable, vibrant area. Within 3 days of working with Chad and Sandy's team, I found the perfect home. They do it stress-free with a guarantee. Go to chadandsandy.com or call 414-6200. That's chadandsandy.com.
Summer's almost here, and that means it's grilling season. Before you overpay at the big box stores, make a stop at Houston's Meat Company on Main Street and 295. For more than 50 years, Houston's has been Jacksonville's local butcher shop, serving up quality meat, incredible prices, and the kind of service you just can't find at a grocery chain. Steaks, burgers, chicken, ribs, whatever's on the grill this weekend, Houston's has you covered. Shop local, grill better. Make Houston's Meat Company part of your weekend tradition.
Hey, it's Travis from Cannons of Jacks. When you need a trailer hitch, gooseneck, or RV towing options, call us at Cannons. We've been doing it for 55 years, and customer service is our #1 priority. Visit cannonsofjacks.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Well, we just had the national anthem play in a flyover with a couple of Army helicopters cruising over. It was awesome, that's for sure, as we are hanging out at TPC Sawgrass, Hire Heroes USA with Service Master. This is the ultimate get-together trying to raise awareness and dollars to help veterans find opportunities when they come out of the military. 300 service members annually are discharged from the military. 80% of them lack job prospects upon their return home. So you can find out more about it with Hire Heroes USA. Go to their website. Of course, the We Serve Veterans pursuit from Service Master, definitely a big, big priority for them. So let's get back real quick, fellas, to what we were talking about. And I agree with the way you're talking about pooling the media rights. If you're going to try and force me some of these games that I don't care about or want to see, I ain't for that at all. JJ just rattled off Fox and CBS's schedule at the beginning of the year with the Fox does, well, both of them do the Big Ten. JJ, you have that handy because it just, these are butt bad on television, at least a majority of them are.
Yeah, so obviously we like later in the season they're able to flex in like better games and whatnot. Yeah. But to start the year, CBS, who gave up the SEC, has Boise State at Oregon to open the year. Then we got Mississippi State at Minnesota, Texas Tech at Oregon State, USC at Rutgers, and BYU at Colorado State. Woo! And then over on Fox, another great slate to open the year. So this is the first 3 weeks of the season for Fox's Big Noon Saturday. Their biggest game is North Texas versus Indiana. Next week, I'll give you this one. It's Oklahoma versus Michigan. Yeah. So there's one. And then after that, it's Kent State versus Ohio State. So out of 6 weeks of games on 2 channels, 1 watchable game. And that's if Michigan's good.
Did you add in the ABC games? Because I think Texas and Ohio State.
Those are SEC games.
Yeah, these two.
Oh, you're just talking about these ones. All right.
I'm talking about how
just that
what's Southern Snobs?
Big Ten absolutely, or CBS absolutely fumbled the bag, as the kids say, with the SEC. I'll never understand that.
Not only that, Fox fumbled the college football playoff. They didn't think it was legit, and now their coverage dies at the end of the year.
That is crazy.
Which is why the Big Ten is pushing for 24 teams because Fox wants it. Fox wants in on the bid, on the new bid.
It's nuts. It really is when you think about it. And we keep saying this. If you get to 24 teams, you're going to have more but bad at the bottom half of that, quote, not quote, but 2014 playoff. The number of teams that make it in with whatever the perception will be, how the hell did you have an 8-4 team competing for a national championship at the bottom of a 24-team field, which is what will ultimately happen. Fox will get those dog games if they want to get back in.
I also think what will happen, and this is, people have to understand this. No one's looking at the way these teams are going to be picked for this 24-team tournament, okay? It's going to be the selection committee again, okay?
Yeah.
But when you start having 24 teams, the idea that you're going to get like Boise State and Troy and Navy, like you're going to have Navy versus Alabama in the first round, it's not going to happen. There's going to be, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be 16 to 18 of those teams will be ACC and Big Ten. SEC and Big Ten teams, at least. And then maybe two ACC, right? two Big 12, Notre Dame, and then one other group of 5. That's what it's going to look like. So it's basically going to be an SEC and a Big Ten tournament, which is what the Big Ten wanted all along anyway.
Well, I do get the fact that they want to try, not cherry pick, but place as many teams in that pool of playoff teams as possible. I get that part of it. That's what they're gunning for.
Right, but at the expense of what? At the expense of
yeah,
hurting your product by watering it down?
I wouldn't be none of us here are for a 24-teamer. But
I actually think 12 is perfect. I don't even think 16 is good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
12 is great.
12 is great. I absolutely love it.
Okay, so this is from NACOS, not Narcos.
You sure it's not NOCOS?
I always try and make sure, because it's as long as he's got 2 checks next to him, right?
That's Pete
Okay,
NACOS,
so that's the great Pete NACOS. Anyway, he said SEC ADs are running scenarios with 100 million plus in NIL deals in limbo with the season under 100 days out. Coaches expressing fears 2-on-3 of players potentially holding out if deals are not paid out.
So those are the private NIL deals. Those are the deals that have to be approved by the CSC, the College Sports Commission.
Yeah.
Which is an absolute mess right now because they're dealing with litigation. They're dealing with players saying, well, you can't tell me what fair market is. It's a free market. And they're right. The idea that they started this whole thing with the idea they were going to use fair market. There's no such thing as a fair market. It's a free market. It's what someone will pay.
True,
and that's what they're dealing with right now.
And if you're a player, you don't want to regulate that.
Right. And if right now there are more than 100 players who have deals that are waiting to be approved, and if they're not going to be approved, they're not going to play. They'll sit out.
I don't want players denied dollars. Okay, I don't. But if we're going to sit here and constantly figure out a way for more to be doled out and then a lawyer to step in when necessary.
Why does the school care how much a player's making in private NIL? Why would you care?
Well, I think it's the dashing in and dashing out of players from one program to another because
I understand.
Because the highest bidder,
I'm good with.
Yeah.
You want to control that, then we're going back to our academic argument,
right.
Okay?
Yeah.
There's ways to control that.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't care a flip what private NIL does for players.
Well,
now,
it's
they're
because the boosters are telling them to care. The boosters are saying, "Hey, we can't just keep paying this every single year."
Well, what their problem is then the richest programs become the programs that win.
Mm-hmm. Well, before it was the teams that were the craftiest at paying without anyone knowing, and now
it was still the richest programs.
Well, actually not, because wouldn't you agree that now there's more money coming from other schools versus the schools we were used to seeing constantly went out with recruits with bag money?
Let me just say, there's a reason why the SEC dominated college football from like 06.
That's my point.
Because they had all the money.
Well, yeah.
They're boosters.
Right. That's my point. Now, all of a sudden, there's more Big Ten dollars from the boosters that are out there. So it's not the same set of people. Not the same people.
I know that, but the universities will tell you, we don't want this unregulated free market because then you're taking away the idea of what NIL was in the first place, that the rising tide lifts all boats.
Right.
Then it's not that. Then you're still back in the same situation where he with the most money wins.
Yeah.
But there's no way to escape that unless you absolutely put guardrails around it.
Yeah, but if I'm a booster, you can't tell me how much money I'm going to give my school.
True.
I can give my school 50, 100 million.
True.
If I want to see him win bad enough, then I'll just write it off.
Yeah, a la Mark Cuban, which is what he's doing.
Write off?
You don't even know what a write-off is.
You don't know what a write-off is, do you?
All right, let's head into the 1 o'clock hour. We'll keep this conversation going. Service Master, we serve veterans with Hire Heroes USA event out here at TPC Sawgrass. You can definitely find out more about them by logging on to the Hire Heroes USA website. You can help them, especially locally, as they seek to create jobs, employment, opportunities for as many of those that have exited the military and are looking to begin a career outside of the nation they serve. They want to be able to see if they can have opportunity to make a few dollars, and we're going to try and help spread that message as much as we can today. It is XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle.
I bring the hits.
I bring the sass.
And I bring the stats.
Helmets and Heels, weekdays 2 to 4 on 1010XL. Sports talk with a linebacker's edge.
In the game of vehicle performance and reliability, Atlantic Infinity is always the top pick. This is Hayes Carlion. Did you know that every certified pre-owned Infinity is inspected, factory-backed, with a limited warranty, and gets the same championship-level service as a brand-new Infinity? Every mile will feel like first class. Check out their full certified inventory now at AtlanticInfinity.com or visit Atlantic Infinity off Atlantic near St. John's Bluff.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Catch the sights and sounds of the great outdoors from anywhere in the city. Go hunting and fishing with Jeff Loggeman, Captain Kevin Favor, and Captain Kirk Walls on the Nimnit Outdoors Show every Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
Weight loss gets a lot easier when you stop guessing. Reclaim by Awaken 180. 10 weeks, a real target, finish line, and most importantly, results. Medication-free and free support for life at Awaken180weightloss.com.
WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold, silver, and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at over $5,000 per ounce, and silver is over $100 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold and silver for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
At the Y, there's no place like this place. More than just a gym, the YMCA is a community where support, connection, and your well-being come first. And now, getting started is easier than ever with Your Rate, an income-based, affordable membership designed to fit your lifestyle and your budget so you can focus on what really matters, feeling better, moving more, and connecting with others. Join today and discover a place where you truly belong. Learn more about Your Rate at fcymca.org.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Fred Taylor. If you've been in an auto accident, you need a team who knows how to get you back on your feet and back to your life. At North Florida Medical Center, they don't just treat the injury, they treat the whole person, from physical therapy to pain management. North Florida Medical Center has a team of experts ready to help you heal and recover. I trust the team here at North Florida Medical Center, and you can too. So don't wait. Call North Florida Medical Center and get the care you deserve.
You'll always feel good when you send someone a Kuhn Flowers floral or plant arrangement. This is RJ with 1010XL, and no matter what the reason, Kuhn Flowers has always come through for me. Order online at kuhnflowers.com.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Discover the thrill of Sharks football. Fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. It's Star Wars night. Presented by HCA Florida Healthcare. Don't miss this Saturday, May 30th, as your Sharks look to continue their winning ways. Kickoff 7 o'clock and tickets start at just $15. This is the fun you've been looking for. The first 1,000 kids receive a free lightsaber. Dress up as your favorite character and get photos with members of the 501st Legion before the game. The Force is strong with this deal. Try our family 4-pack. Get 4 tickets and $50 in food or merchandise vouchers, all for only $100. Join us on field after the game for our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. Tickets start at just $15. To get yours, call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. The Florida State's men's basketball team learned its opponents for the 18-game ACC slate as the conference announced the 2026-27 opponent matrix for each school. The Seminoles will play in-state rival Miami and Clemson in a home-and-home matchup. They're also hosting Pitt, Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Louisville, Notre Dame, and Syracuse. In addition to its home-and-home road trips, FSU is set to travel to Cal, Stanford, NC State, Wake Forest, Duke, Virginia, and Boston College. 88 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
See Daddy celebrating a brand new baby coming into the Florida Home AC world, a grandchild. So he was celebrating yesterday, that's for sure. And if you're out and about right now and you're thinking about that AC unit, make sure you get it taken care of. It is hot, folks. You can call 777-4300 and make sure they take care of you. We've been hanging out at TPC Sawgrass with Hire Heroes USA. This is the We Serve Veterans mission that Service Master has been on, trying to create jobs, opportunity, gainful employment for those that come back after serving our nation, and especially coming off Memorial Day weekend. It is a great cause, and they had a great turnout here. They are off and running. We will see what happens with the scores a little bit later on. Military, they don't cheat, right? They don't have erasers on their pencils, right? They don't. That last scorecard that's turned in isn't the one that wins, right? No. Of course. Honor.
That's right.
Yeah, hey, listen, I've been in tournaments where you might even have a guy with, have a runner or a spotter that'll go up and look at the leaderboard, and then he might fix his scorecard before he turns it in to make sure he's got the winning formula. All right, so we're going to keep talking a little bit about SEC spring meetings. Did anything in the actual competition conversation come up, Matt? Like who's going to beat who, as opposed to how much money can we make or how much is our NIL going to cost us?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's all part and parcel of the same argument. I mean, look, they think the idea is, look, private NIL, since they all have what they call it in-house NIL, it's revenue sharing, okay?
Yeah.
So they all have the same ability to spend the same amount or close to the same amount on inside NIL. It's the $23 million pool, and then you can do with it however you want. Most programs spend 75% of that on football, okay? It's the private NIL is making the difference in who goes where in the transfer portal, what elite 5-star players go where in high school recruiting. Yeah. That's the difference. Well, so if you're saying, are they trying to get their arms around private NIL? I guess.
Well, that was the original thing, private NIL, before they had the rev share. But I don't think Matt understood, Leon, what I'm asking him. Actual football talk. Okay?
Oh, was there any actual football talk?
Actual,
very little
talk.
Very little.
I got 2 rules that are dumb that need to change.
The playoff.
No.
Playoff. That was the actual football
when
talk.
you catch and you're down, they stay down. That's dumb. You change that and make it instead of 1 foot, 2 foot.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, but they won't do that.
They'll do every damn thing else.
They will. You got that right.
Wouldn't you like to just the classic 2 feet down?
2 feet down.
Yeah.
I mean, you might as well get.
What do you mean? They still haven't figured out what a catch is in the NFL.
well,
that is true. But at least the 2 feet they figured out.
Yeah.
But it's after the 2 feet come down. Did he control the ball through the catch?
Well, even when a football player in college catches the ball and he goes to the ground.
Yeah.
How does the ground tackle him?
Yeah.
Why can't he get back up?
I agree. I like that as well.
I mean, can we get some football talk? All this money talk.
Yeah.
Y'all all make too much money as it is. So let's get some football talk.
Those are two rules that you could fix like that. And it would be a hell of a good, I think, something, because as soon as you see a quarterback drop, he loses his balance, that knee touches the ground, whistle blows. What is that? Drives me nuts.
In your imperfect college world.
You know what's funny is like all this talk about the players. No one's talking about the fact that coaching salaries are now over $13 million.
All right,
annually.
So I think
$13 million.
I'm going to give you credit for channeling, or I was channeling to you some type of subject matter just like that. Give me that, JJ, if you don't mind.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
So as Matt has brought up another financial piece of the puzzle and how much money head coaches are making, these media types are unbelievable. But anyway, Buster Faulkner now becomes the Gators' first $2 million coordinator. Hey, Buster, you better have some ball plays in that Buster playbook. $2 million for the coordinator. 6 offensive coordinators made $2 million last year in 2025, while Brad White will clear the threshold next year, in 2028, as they invest in the program. $2 million for Buster.
You know what's interesting is John Summerall was talking to the media on Tuesday, and he said something that I thought I would never hear. Never. He was talking about Florida's private NIL.
Yeah.
And he said, well, I can tell you this. We're not at the bottom, but I can guarantee you we're not at the top.
He's already balking just a little bit?
My God.
No, I think he's a little surprised by the amount of funding that's there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say amount of funding that others have.
No, he insinuated they were more toward the bottom than the top.
Okay, so that is
Clearly.
referring to what others have versus them.
And if you're more toward the bottom than the top in that league, you're going to get eaten alive.
Yes, you are. And there was a time, it wasn't that long ago, when they were top 4 or 5 in booster contributions for NIL.
I would think top 3, yeah.
There was. It wasn't that long ago. Of course, NIL's not been around.
But what happens is you get 4 straight bad coaching hires.
Yeah.
And you get apathy among the fan base.
All of a sudden, the pen you're writing,
it's a lot harder to write that check.
It runs out of ink.
That's why it's a lot easier to write Thomas Hawk a $5 million check.
You better believe
when he's got a little capital.
It's like we said the other day, is that in large part, the forecast for Florida, if Frank Frangi's math is correct, his financial records of Florida are correct when he's suggesting that the Gator basketball team will be looking at about a $25 million payroll. And that's the Houck number you just mentioned.
And that's $20 million in private NIL.
Yeah, it's easy to pay Thomas Houck because he's not a budding star. He's a legit star for that Gator basketball team, best player on that team, and
maybe best player in the league.
Yeah, so he's going to get paid accordingly. He was not a lottery pick, so that's why he decided to come back, and he is getting paid some cash, not viewed as a lottery pick. And they would rather pay for a winner than keep throwing money at a loser. In the case of Billy Napier and some of the other, they threw a lot of money. Billy Napier in football's way. They really did. And then they got tired of it at that point. And I guess what you're suggesting is that maybe other schools were ponying up more cash every time you turn around. That they were catching up to the Texases, the Texas A&Ms, the Floridas, the Georgias of the world.
Well, so I think it's partly what I said earlier, but I also think it's okay. Now Texas is here.
Mm-hmm.
Now Oklahoma's here.
Yeah.
Now LSU is more serious than ever. Now Texas A&M's more serious than ever. Now Georgia has seen what Kirby does, so they're throwing money at it. You're already 5 deep right now, 6 deep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you're dealing with a lot of money of people that have the ability to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're the AD of Florida, if you're the president of Florida and you're trying to get that thing turned around,
right?
What do you have to show the boosters? You've got 4 straight coaches who didn't make it happen.
No, and that's where the frustration grows and increases, and you become a louder voice and a cheaper booster because you're not going to be able to write that check and feel good that whatever you're contributing to is going to bring the results that you've been hoping for. And that, it is as simple as that. You go down to Miami, Leon, they now want to give more.
Right. Well, Miami in-state, too. They're dealing with Miami as well.
Yeah, they want to give more. Why? Because the results are starting to show.
Yeah, because they're winning. I mean, you get the money, but you got to get the right players.
Yeah.
I mean, Nick Saban I remember he was on the telecast, he said, if you give a guy $2 million, you got to make sure he's playing like a $2 million player. It's about It's about scouting, prospecting guys, and paying the right kids to come and play.
Yeah, and when coached properly, you're going to be able to get the results that you're going to get.
And it's, by the way, Florida's not only just dealing with the SEC.
Right.
They're also dealing with Ohio State coming in the state of Florida, Michigan coming in the state of Florida. Everyone is now where their area that they used to just zero in on, the state of Florida and South Georgia, they're getting crushed now. Everybody's going there.
Yeah, exactly. And Clemson was a team that used to come in and get it done, and they're not getting it done as often. There are whispers that Dabo has been nabbing a few more 4-stars, highly regarded players that are going to be part of his recruiting class. We're going to see where that goes. He did get into the portal a little bit, but that was another team that was coming into the state of Florida. And
they're in debt.
Yeah.
Clemson's in big debt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's, again, many of these universities are now in debt. Many of them don't have the money to do what they're doing.
How does it keep going in the direction you suggest it's going to keep going?
Well, that's why many of them are interested in the 2014 playoff, which they think is going to be the magic bullet and give them more money.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that you're going to have to hope the networks or the streamers are going to pay money for Navy against Alabama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're just going to have to hope magically when the next contract comes up in 6 years, the networks are just going to pay out the ear for it. And, it's just, again, there's a lot of hoping and praying in this thing. A lot of it.
Oh, my gosh, yes. That's for sure. All right, we are hanging out. Let's say hello to Ryan O'Haller in Florida Times Union. We'll get some thoughts from the columnist for the Times Union about OTAs, the one practice that the media was treated to seeing on Tuesday. We'll get his take on that as we hang out here at TPC Sawgrass, the Players Stadium course with Hire Heroes USA. We serve veterans with the military pursuit by ServiceMaster to make sure that these fine men and women who serve our nation will come back, find gainful employment, live a prosperous life, and you can find out more with Hire Heroes USA.
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. Jacksonville's one of a kind.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
This is 1010XL.
Steaks sizzling, drinks flowing, friends gathered together. Your dream backyard starts with CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. You dream it, they build it. Outdoor kitchens, fire pits, fireplaces, and more. Visit cssfireplaces.com.
Gators in the morning, Florida for lunch, a late night Gator snack. Whenever you're ready, the Gator Podcast channel is too. Set up by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists on the video and social channels of 1010XL.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. E.T. here, and your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. And rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. And it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights and wall-to-wall TVs everywhere. I mean, it's Twin Peaks. Where else you going to find a scratch kitchen that's always coming through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late at night? Only at Twin Peaks, your #1 sports bar. Come on, somebody.
The Jaguars Foundation is hosting an intimate evening of community and conversation at the Sports and Culture Speaker Series presented by Miller Electric. Join us June 3rd for dinner, drinks, and conversation in the Miller Electric Center. You'll hear exclusive perspectives from Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen and general manager James Gladstone as they talk culture, leadership, and building a lasting legacy on and off the field. To be part of the conversation, visit jaguars.com/community/events.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call now for your free evaluation and see if multi-unit hair grafting or PRP can restore your hair. Call 904-777-IHRS.
My bald
bald spots are gone. Thanks, IHRS.
IHRS is the only clinic in the Southeast to offer all proven solutions to restore your hair and is now offering multi-unit hair grafting. One procedure, more hair.
You've got nothing to lose but more hair. I feel younger, I look younger, and who doesn't want to feel better about themselves?
This year, grow your hair back. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-4477.
Preparation for the season begins now. 1010XL's coverage of this year's organized team activities is brought to you by Cash Building Material, Windows Done Right, and Dexafit Jacksonville. Know your body, transform your life.
Credit card interest rates are now over 29%. Most people are only making the minimum payments, so they're getting nowhere. Hey, Prosser here, but here's what many homeowners don't realize. Using the equity in your home, you can easily access hundreds of thousands in cash. With Loan Pronto's Rapid Equity Loan, you can pay off your credit card, your existing HELOC, your car loans, or get money for that home improvement project. One client just got $100,000 approved and saved over $1,500 a month. Here's the best part. With Loan Pronto, you can do it all from your phone. With zero out-of-pocket, no hard credit pull up front, no appraisal, no long, drawn-out bank process, and no touching your first mortgage. Rates are at a near 3-year low. Act now. Go to loanpronto.com. See how much you can get in about 60 seconds. Loan Pronto, 2,800 5-star Google reviews. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Here's another call on the 1010XL hotline, driven by Key Buick GMC, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
Always fun to say hello to Ryan O'Halloran, rah, from the Florida Times Union. Let's get into it with him, all things Jaguars, especially after the OTAs, what we got to see on Tuesday. Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, guys. Good to join you again.
Hey, we appreciate it. You should be out here at TPC Sawgrass and enjoying the beautiful day, but you're behind that keyboard, just cranking it out for Jacksonville.com. Give us 2 or 3 things that struck you immediately when you got to see the first version of the 2026 Jags.
Yeah, a couple things, guys. One, I thought there was just an overall crispness to the workout. And granted, no pads, no contact, but you didn't see the practice blown dead because of the penalties. You didn't see guys on the ground a lot. So they've learned how to practice the way Liam Cohn wants it. Second part is that, there's still a lot of ramp up to go for Travis Hunter. I mean, he was a spectator. I mean, he wasn't even doing any side field work. So, let's not, I think the limited part, we'll see what transpires over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And then among the rookies, Pregnon is gigantic. Yeah. And he stands out just because he's head and a shoulder taller than anybody else on that offensive line. So those are just 3 quick things.
And all right, so did you get any more information on Cole Van Lanen, number one, and number 2, what's the potential injury situation with Chris Rodriguez?
We'll start with Van Lanen. The Jaguars have been pretty upfront about that in terms of you're not going to see him participating. Maybe when they get outside later in the month or later in June, maybe some side field stuff. But they are really taking a cautious approach, maybe out of necessity, because that was a Week 18 knee injury. He was unable to play in that playoff game. So I don't think there should be a high concern level for Week 1 yet. But if you are in the last week of July and he's not out there, I think that would ratchet that up a little bit. As for Rodriguez, he was on the bike when we were at practice the other day. So we'll see if they get, provide any more clarity on that.
So no real knowledge of what you think the actual injury is.
No, not for me. And so it's, I wasn't even aware it was an injury until Liam Cohn sort of walked into that. Said, well, there's no injury report this time of year. We could have said, hey, it's voluntary, blah, 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 but you did see him out there on the side field. So it's interesting because it's their only free agent they signed, but it provides a big opportunity. I mean, you knew Tootin and Allen could make the team, but it provides an opportunity for Amir Abdullah, who just got to town, and an opportunity for Jamari Taylor.
Talking with Ryan O'Halloran. You can find him on X, and of course he covers everything, but primarily the Jags at Jacksonville.com and the Florida Times Union. Josh Hines Allen not there. He let us know early that he wasn't going to be part of this early on. But what's your thought?
I think it's unfortunate. I mean, this is a guy who wears a C on his jersey.
Yep.
And I get that you have your obligations and your vacations and stuff, but I think for the first one, I think I've covered teams where guys would show up for the first one and then maybe go away for a week and sort of space it out that way. But, if the Jaguars are upset, that's what CBA allows. It's voluntary.
Yeah, but I mean, have you? So you're in that building. You talk to people. Are they okay with him not being there?
I think he's earned that. I think he's earned a little bit of leeway as long as he's in communication with him. If I'm Liam Cohen, I'm not happy about it because everybody else was here that was healthy. Period. I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy about it if I was Liam.
I also wouldn't be happy about it because the last year since you've paid him was $160 million. He has 16 sacks.
Yeah. So production thing. I thought it was not a good look. So that was sort of my stance on that because I had heard that he was one of those guys who does his own thing. Well, you can do both things at the same time. You
Right.
can do your own thing. You can do the team thing.
Yeah, these are not the only days that you work out. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right. Well, if only, Ryan, just to be there with your teammates. You're in this thing together, right?
Yeah. But, I'm sure we'll get screamed from the mountaintop by the fans saying, well, it's voluntary. I don't care.
Right. The team and Big Sur just ran up to the restroom, so we'll get his take on this coming up here in just a second. But the team also should apply some pressure if you're saying, hey, think about what we're trying to accomplish. You are seen as a leader. You need to be here. We'll ask Leon if teammates would do that. But the other thing that Trevor said the other day, Ryan, was that there's still 5 weeks of OTAs. Do you expect Josh Hines Allen to show up at some point sooner than later?
I do. I mean, they have OTAs next week, and then mandatory minicamp, and then their last set of OTAs. So he's got to be here for mandatory minicamp. He doesn't want to get fined. I think it would be a good look for him to make an appearance next week, and especially when we're able to watch it. The other days, if he was out there today and tomorrow, we wouldn't know about it. But I think it says something if you're there when the media's there.
All right, so I wasn't here, so I'm not sure if this is even an issue. Caleb Ransaw, was he out there? What did he look like?
He was out there, and I think it was a big breakthrough for him because he hadn't worn a helmet in practice since last August. And I asked Liam Cohen about Ransaw, just how big these next 4 weeks are, and his first word was they're huge. And I wouldn't make him the starter. I would put him in a competition because Antonio Johnson did have 5 interceptions last year, and he had a great interception in practice on Tuesday. But I think if Ransaw comes along and is advertised as being ready to play, okay, maybe that gives Anthony Campanile some options of maybe playing more dime with 3 corners and 3 safeties. And so I think this is a big month for Ransaw. Just to get used to wearing a helmet again, and then the next stage will be in July and August, working under his pads.
So you don't think Ransaw could play that? I know they don't call it this, but that strong type of safety that moves more toward the box when needed.
To me, I gotta see him make a tackle, Matt. I've never seen him practice in pads, but you do want your safeties to be interchangeable, and. To me, it all depends. Okay, everybody talks about Trevor Lawrence being year 2 of Liam Cohen's offense. Well, for a lot of these guys on defense, it's now year 2 of Anthony Campanile. Does that allow him to be more exotic with some of his personnel stuff? And he knows how to use his guys better because he has a feel for them.
All right, JJ, if I could get at that real quick.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC.
We're talking with Ryan O'Halloran, but Big Sur's just made it down the hill from the TPC Sawgrass
Bro,
bathroom.
I didn't know that I had to go through a maze to go use the bathroom. Bro. I'm going through. I'm upstairs. I'm around the corner. Then the guy at the booth said, "Sir, what are you looking for?" I said, "The bathroom." He said, "To your right." I said, "Thank you, sir."
Now, Ryan O, did you see Leon with the towel on Tuesday?
Well, he may have been the smartest guy there with the towel.
Yeah,
I
he's got the towel again right now.
Absolutely, I'm sweating.
Yeah, and I think once that weather cleared on Tuesday afternoon, I think Liam Cohen felt that hot air coming through. They stayed inside a lot longer than they could have, because when they went outside for that last period, it was hot, and so that would have prevented them from getting some better work in.
So Ryan, tell me this: why is it negotiable for Josh Hines Allen not to show up? Why are they giving him wiggle room to where he doesn't show up to I mean, is he not a leader on the team?
Well, both things there, Leon. He is a leader, but the collective bargaining agreement makes it pretty clear that all these OTAs, all this offseason program is all voluntary except for the 3 days of mandatory minicamp in 2 weeks. So he is exercising that right and that option. He feels as an established player, he doesn't need this on-field work as much as some other guys. But you can go down the whole roster of veterans who have been paid and who are here. You look at a guy like Jacoby Myers. What is, there's probably not a lot to gain for him, but he's out there. You look at some of these offensive linemen, same thing. So, are we making a little bit of something out of nothing here? I think it's a little something, especially if he isn't here next week.
Yeah, Trayvon's out there.
Yeah, Trayvon's out there.
Trayvon just signed a new deal.
See, that lets me know everything I need to know about the locker room, where he's given preferential treatment to where he doesn't have to show up, and everybody else who's legitimately a starter on this team is showing up. I mean, because there should be his boys should be calling him and say, "Bro, why aren't you here? Trevor's here, Trayvon's here, this guy's there, this guy's here." Right. Don't give me no any built-in excuse or mechanism to why he's not there.
Yeah, it's fair.
Or you should ostracise him. I would.
Well, I mean, if I'm a Walker, a Lua Khan, Jordan Lewis, Eric Murray, I would have no filter. I'd say, Josh, it'd behoove you to make an appearance, even if you take one rep out of every period.
Yeah, because here's it, right? How you do the little things, how you do everything. I mean, Mr. 7 Sack should be here.
Yeah.
Was he even there? Like, was he standing on the sidelines?
No,
he's
just not even showed up.
Yeah, he's doing his own thing. He let him know.
Was it 7 to 8? I mean, he took one from him.
Yeah,
7 to 8. 7?
8.
Okay, Mr.
Took
8
one
sack.
from him.
Let's at least give that.
Let's put it this way, Mr. Non-double digit.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so let's hit a couple of other high notes, because at the very least, you and I were talking during practice, and like we said, Big Sirs, Coach Ingram, a lot of 10-10 XLers were there. A couple things struck me, Ryan. I like what I'm seeing from Brian Thomas Jr. I know it's way early. I know there aren't pads on. When he has to go across the middle with other guys in live hits, it's a totally different thing. But what did you think of him and maybe a couple of the other guys in the passing game?
Well, let's start with Brian, and it's one thing that Liam Cohen said in late March in Phoenix is, hey, you just got to start with a clean slate. Last year was not very good. It's on Brian Thomas to show up ready, but it's also on the coaching staff to look at themselves and say, okay, what can we do to facilitate him better? Well, that's a two-way street. One, the player has to be saying, okay, I'm going to run any route you want. I'm going to be able to absorb contact. But on the other side is, one play that Brian Thomas had a lot of success on as a rookie were bubble screens. They didn't get to him on that last year. And so maybe working that in, get him the ball in his hands, because, if you get it to his hands, he gets the top speed pretty quick. So I thought, one of his catches was encouraging. And so this is a big month for him. And then, I thought, Parker Washington got up to a good start. And these guys should. I mean, there's no press coverage. There's no, get your head taken off over the middle. You should be able to run free and make those catches.
All right, of those 7 rookie defensive linemen, including Regis, including Durfee, including Wesley Williams, anybody stand out?
Durfee, I noticed because he is listed at 6'5", 258. When I was looking for his number, I looked under the linebacker category first. So he is tall and lean, which maybe if he has great bend getting around the edge, that's key. But guys like him, guys like Strigo, guys like BJ Green, they're the beneficiaries of no Josh Hines Allen, because that moves them up a notch in the rotation. So, can they start taking advantage of this and gain a quick comfort level? Because as it stands right now in the roster, they're going to need Wesley Williams. They're going to need him to play a role. And if you're due free, you're going to be probably on the practice squad, but you're going to be one call up away from having to jump right in there.
Did Regis look short to you?
He looked. I mean, this is how I'll describe it: is I've heard the Ed Oliver comparisons, and I covered Ed in Buffalo. I think that's accurate. Where when he's lined up next to Eric Armstead, he's going to look like he's 5'3". And that's just the fact, because Armstead is a giant. So, but to me, you look at Regis and you can say, okay, the body type. Now you can see why. Okay, this should be a guy who can be able to stop the run right away.
So, Ryan, I mean, is it me when I was at practice Tuesday? It seemed to be a lot of energy on that field, a lot of enthusiasm, guys kind of wanting to be there. I even like Liam's verbiage when he says we've had to attack these practices every day.
I thought that was. I agree. I thought that was great to see. I think being they're in that. If they were outside, they would have been on 2 fields, maybe 2.5 fields. But they were confined to that one field, so it was one group at a time. I think that spiced things up a little bit because the defense right away wanted flags on the first play. The offense wanted flags on like the third play. Okay, when that happens, you got guys starting to chirp at each other. And that, I think the competitive spirit really came out. And if I'm Liam, I really like the juice that these guys brought.
Eric Murray, VBTJ, huge play. And Eric Murray can be one of those dudes, dogs, however you want to describe it, on the back half. If you have him and Buster and Jari, they were all making a lot of noise and making plays.
Yeah, and I think Eric's going to be a key guy at safety because he is sort of the veteran stage out there. Is with Johnson or Ransaw being the other safety. And then also, Buster's still, a younger player, and Jerry, and same thing. So I think that's him and Jordan Lewis are going to be the leaders of that secondary. And it was good to see Jordan Lewis just sort of hopping around a little bit. I mean, he did a little bit of a jog out of the building, so I think he's getting on the right path to be ready for training camp. So I kind of like their secondary. I think we're in agreement they should add an edge. They don't seem inclined at all to add a linebacker. But if they add one, it should be on the edge.
Yeah, because it's going to be 4-2, or maybe even 4-1-6 more often than not. All right, what else is happening in the O'Halloran print page, Jacksonville.com, Florida Times Union?
Well, we was at the Travis Hunter event last night, so a column on him is up now. It'll be in tomorrow's edition. Today's paper, Grant Udinsky, the offensive coordinator, talked about a couple of his head coaching interviews. And then Saturday, we'll have a bunch of little hodgepodge. Caleb Ransaw talked about John Summerall, the Florida coach. They were at Tulane together. And also I'll make fun of Tim Walton, the Florida softball coach, just totally classless because just lie and say you're sorry. But he can't even do that.
Shake hands, too. Come on. Stay classy, Gainesville. All right, sounds good, Ryan. We appreciate it, buddy.
All right, fellas. Take care now.
Ryan O'Halloran will be on tomorrow with Hayes Carline with the lead.
The lead.
Yeah, at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. A good listen, that's for sure. We appreciate him hanging out with us. We are hanging out at TPC Sawgrass, Hire Heroes USA. We serve veterans with Service Master as they are making sure they have a great event and raise a lot of dollars.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. Every game is a story.
And the game is tied.
Every play is a moment waiting to happen.
We're going to overtime.
Your home for the most play-by-play is 1010XL.
Make Capital Glass and Shower Doors your premier choice for top-quality glass solutions. With over 40 years of expertise, their team specializes in commercial and residential projects. From elegant shower doors to modern frameless enclosures, they've got you covered. But that's not all. They also offer glass railing systems, glass wine cabinets, and much more. For unmatched quality and service, choose Capital Glass and Shower Doors. Your vision, their expertise. Visit online at capcoglass.com.
Hi, this is Dr. George Bari, an orthopedic surgeon who is fellowship trained in sports medicine. If you are a young athlete or a weekend warrior, I treat you with the care and expertise that is needed to diagnose and treat your injury. Come see me at Bari Orthopedics to get the care that you need.
Be sure and check out the expertise from Dr. George Bari and the entire staff at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com. And follow Doc on Instagram at Dr.GeorgeBari.
Hey, poker players, let's ride to the riches. Best Bet St. Augustine is giving away a brand new all-terrain side-by-side vehicle and cash prizes during the Ride to the Riches promotion. From May 1st through August 7th, every hour of poker and table games played at Best Bet St. Augustine earns you a chance to win over $40,000 in cash and prizes, including a top-of-the-line side-by-side all-terrain vehicle. Visit bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com, and we'll see you in St. Augustine.
Hey, this is Lauren Brooks. Big Chief Tire makes getting new tires easier than ever with the Big Chief credit card. There's no annual fee, low monthly payments, and great promotional financing. Plus, you get free flat repairs and rotations, even $50 off your first purchase when you sign up. I love how simple they make everything at Big Chief Tire. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com to apply for the credit card and let Big Chief help you get back on the road with confidence.
Hey, it's Greg. So I'm 3 weeks into Awaken 180 now, and I'm already down over 18 pounds. 18 pounds in 3 weeks. It's funny, I kept waiting for the part where this felt like one of those sad desk salads, 3 leaves, a tomato, and regret. But it hasn't. I'm eating its food I actually like, and now my sons are coming over and saying, hey, let me try that. And that's been a surprise. I thought Awaken 180 was kind of going to feel a little bit like punishment, but it doesn't one bit. I've got my coach Mandy helping me stay locked in, making adjustments, and keeping me from doing what I always did before. No pills, no injections, no fluff, just a simple plan I can actually follow and stick with. I kept saying, I'll do it next month, then next month. But then 3 weeks ago, I finally shut up and got started. Hacker, Matt, Mike, Amber, they all told me Awaken 180 works, and honestly, it's been even better than they said. So what are you waiting for? Do what I did. Call 844-346-1800 or go to awaken180weightloss.com.
This feeling is brought to you by Aleve for back pain relief. What feeling is that, you ask? Well, it's the feeling you feel when you have relief from back pain. That move how you want to, not how you have to feeling. That keep going through your day without slowing down feeling. The kind that brings you back to yourself all day long without interruption. Oh, yeah. Because Aleve offers long-lasting pain relief. Feel up to 12 hours of back pain relief with one dose. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is I don't know why this Josh Hines Allen thing is aggravating me, but it is. Him not showing up is really ticking me off. Because I played with some Hall of Fame players who had routines, and they still showed up. Woodson, Lloyd, Kevin Green, Damani Dawson, those type of guys, character guys. Because the reason why you showed up, because if you came in the locker room when everybody's there and you're the only one not there, you're gonna get ridiculed. You're gonna get talked about to the point where you want to fight.
Yeah.
And if you can't beat all of us, then your ass better
Then
be
show
here.
up.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. I wonder what the reaction will be, and I wonder how Liam plays it too. That's for sure.
Yeah, my golden moment is just when you thought there were too many ways to get around legislation. It happened again.
There's always a way.
It happened again.
Yeah.
UCLA quarterback Carson Gordon has decided to enter the transfer portal as a track and field athlete.
Yeah.
Because he also runs track and field.
We got
so
one
he's
of our
going to
guys
go
from TPC Sawgrass getting a picture of XL Primetime. We appreciate it. You need to get in here and get a selfie, man. There he goes. Look at him. Get in here and get a selfie. Yes. There we go.
So it's like everything in this NIL era. You throw down a guideline, you throw down a rule, somebody finds a way around it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on now as Carson Gordon is entering the portal as a track and field athlete. Their portal opened today.
You're right. There are so many angles and runarounds and backdoor deals and everything else. Just unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, so the other half of that, we need to bring this up. In my golden moment, we're just talking about the SEC spring meetings, but tell me if this is right or wrong, Matt. SEC coaches say they were misled about a 9-game league schedule. They were told the playoff would expand to 16 teams if they agreed, which they did say yes to, and it did not happen.
Well, I mean, the SEC was misled.
Okay, so
the Big Ten
again,
basically said if you go
another big problem.
The Big Ten said if you go to 16,
right?
If you go to 9 games, nine conference games, which the Big Ten is at.
Yeah, real quick, remind people it was almost the Big Ten calling out the SEC and baiting them to.
So the SEC has been at forever at 8 conference games. The Big Ten has been at 9 since I believe 14. All right. So the idea was if you go to 9, we'll agree to 16 team playoff, and then they did, and the Big Ten went to 24, which is what and again. I don't know why anyone believes what the Big Ten says ever anymore.
Right.
After they stabbed the Pac-12 in the back with the original alliance, after they did that with the SEC, and now after they're doing this with the ACC, the Big 12, and Notre Dame with the 2014 playoff, which those guys think, oh, yeah, it's going to be great access for us.
And
they have no idea what happens when that new committee gets together, and it's going to be all SEC and Big Ten teams.
And 2 different commissioners have done this.
Yes.
Okay, not just Kevin Warren.
By the way, at the behest of the presidents and chancellors.
Yeah, okay. It kind of goes back to one of your things that you pointed out, that you believe that the presidents wield.
There's no belief. That's real.
Yeah.
That's
and in that case, you are.
They're at the top of the food chain.
Yeah, you are right. That's for sure. So we're just going to find out whether or not anything's ever going to change. It just kind of ticks you off. That's for sure. Nothing changes, and meanwhile, they just keep talking about it.
Yeah, they don't like that, by the way. The SEC, like Greg Sankey doesn't like that, the fact that the coaches are saying that, because it makes the conference look bad, because the conference essentially did the wink, wink, nod, nod deal, and it didn't happen.
So when's the deadline? December?
Yeah, it'll pass.
Yeah,
it's just going to pass. And they're going to keep it at 12.
He said if they have a decision, it'll be in the fall. Oh. If they have a decision. Again, I say stay at 12.
I do too.
Yeah.
And if it's not going to go to 24, it will stay at 12.
Yeah, I feel like the focus group / trial balloon that they put out there, Sankey may end up being the best of the bunch in this whole deal, is everyone's killing the 24 to make sure that he gets it back to 16 or they stay at 12.
That's another thing, too. The whole SCORE Act can't force them to go to 24 teams in a playoff either. It's still
would hope not.
The SEC and the Big Ten have the power to do that. They were given the power by everyone else.
Yeah.
So unless they agree upon something, it's going to stay at 12.
Mm-hmm. I would hope. I'd be perfectly fine with it. And then they're going to fool around. Riddle me this, though, real quick. If they stay at 12, there's a new rule that's coming into place where the top seeds still get to pick where they're going to play the semifinal games. Will that still be in place? Because that's a big piece of this, right? Correct? Or is that just part of a 16 team?
If they're staying, they don't really get to choose.
I thought they get to choose sites.
They're allowed to give their preference.
Oh, okay.
They're allowed to give their preference, is what it is. Like if you're the Big Ten champion and you're the 1 or 2 seed,
right?
And say there's not like the 1 seed is another Big Ten team ahead of you, right? But it's not this will never happen. But if you're the Big Ten champion, you would say I want to go to the Rose Bowl because the Big Ten has the ties to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And if you're ranked in the top 2 or 3, then you go to the Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Like the SEC champion's not going to say I want to go to the Rose Bowl. Right. They'll do everything they can to make it to try and have a connection to conference affiliation with the bowls as well as historical affiliation.
Okay. All right. I'm curious about this part of it because I want to know if this stays with 12 teams. If it's just
it definitely will. I mean, it's not. I don't. If you start going to 24, everything's off the board then at that point.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, we'll keep it rolling. Not a ridiculous day out here, though. We have had a great time, and we'll continue to tell you about Hire Heroes USA. We've served veterans, the Service Master Group out here putting it on, and, of course, raising awareness and dollars for veterans, trying to find them gainful employment. You can find out more at Hire Heroes USA.
XL Primetime, driven by Big #1 Duval Ford, elite service for elite companies.
This is Victor Patel, CEO of North Florida Medical Center. Have you been in an auto accident? Are you feeling pain or stiffness? Our board-certified team has over 15 years experience helping patients recover through chiropractic care, physical therapy, pain management, primary care, and neurology. Even minor injuries can cause long-term problems if left untreated. Schedule your free consultation today at nfmcjax.com. North Florida Medical Center, bringing the care back to healthcare.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hacker here for Cornerstone Interior Solutions. If your AC is working overtime every summer, your insulation may be the problem. Homeowners and builders across Northeast Florida are calling Cornerstone to upgrade to spray foam insulation. It seals homes, crawl spaces, garages, blocking in cool air and blocking out heat. So your home stays cooler, your system runs easier, and your energy bills stay under control. Don't wait for peak heat. Visit Cornerstone Interior Solutions.com.
Southwest Greens is the OG of artificial turf in North Florida. Stop mowing and start chipping or putting or just relaxing with a beautiful backyard, maintenance free. Log on to southwestgreensofjacksonville.com to see what they can do to your backyard.
Longer days, warmer nights, and a backyard that brings everyone together. Spring and summer in Florida means pool days, backyard barbecues, and night swims under the stars. Pickett here. For nearly 50 years, Surfside Pools have been creating the backdrops for life's best memories. From weekly service and repairs to remodels, commercial maintenance, and new pool construction, Surfside does it all. Ready to float happy? SurfsidePools.net or call 904-246-2666. Surfside Pools. Summer starts here. License number CPC 044080.
There's a lot happening at Cycles of Jacksonville. Tell them about it, Greg.
It's summertime and it's time to ride. We continue to roll through our demo days. We've got yet another one coming up. Sully's going to fill you in on the details, but you're going to want to be here to ride a Triumph.
Yes, we have Triumph Roadster Demo Day, June 19th and 20th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You do not want to miss this one. Come on down to Cycles of Jacksonville.
We are your place to be, especially if you want to ride. Everybody's always smiling when they get off those demos.
Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic near Regency. CyclesofJacksonville.com.
Looking for an exciting, fun-filled evening the whole group can enjoy? Discover the thrill of Sharks football. Fast-paced, action-packed, and full of family fun. It's Star Wars night. Presented by HCA Florida Healthcare. Don't miss this Saturday, May 30th, as your Sharks look to continue their winning ways. Kickoff 7 o'clock and tickets start at just $15. This is the fun you've been looking for. The first 1,000 kids receive a free lightsaber. Dress up as your favorite character and get photos with members of the 501st Legion before the game. The Force is strong with this deal. Try our family 4-pack. Get 4 tickets and $50 in food or merchandise vouchers, all for only $100. Join us on field after the game for our free autograph session, sponsored by Flight Adventure Park. Tickets start at just $15. To get yours, call 904-621-0700. That's 904-621-0700. Sharks football, where memories are made.
Go Sharks!
Yo, what's happening, folks? It's your main man, E to the T here. And are you craving scratch-made food, ice-cold 29-degree beer, and every game on wall-to-wall TVs? Head over to Twin Peaks, your ultimate sports lodge.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Gave blood yesterday. Donate. Nice. Okay, I like to enjoy my pints, but I also like to give pints when I can. So I donated blood yesterday and know how important that is, and then know how important it is today to be out here with the veterans. Hire Heroes USA. You think a few of these guys out here gave their blood, Leon?
Yeah.
On whatever tour that they might have been on.
On the battlefield, bro.
Yeah, I think we had a couple of great guests that kind of educated us on what they're doing. Ross Dickman, one of them, and he said he was one of the pilots of the Apaches and was talking about with that tour to Iraq and Afghanistan and all that. So you can find out more about all these folks. HireHeroesUSA.org if you want to find out more. Any bloodshed between coaches or anything at SEC Spring?
No.
Wouldn't you like to see a dust-up? Wouldn't you like to see just one?
They're all kind of galvanized together against.
Oh yeah, it's
against the man.
Yeah, you're right. It's all in that particular heavyweight fight. It's them against us, and they can all band together.
Heck yeah, it is.
Yeah, and they could chant together, SEC, SEC. We're going to break away, make our own rules, make our own rules. We're going to find out whether or not they can do any of that. But, as we have joked, once they change the rules, the Big 10 or Big 12 or ACC will just change them where they can start getting players to leave the SEC and come play for them. Put a salary cap on it, SEC, and we will go over that salary cap and start taking your players.
Well, again, this is all up in the air.
Yeah.
This is, everybody thinks, the score, it's a magic bullet. Number one, it's got to pass, which I don't think it's going to. Number two, there are no magic bullets in this thing. There's, especially when the government gets involved. Like, what's the famous line from the government? I'm here to help. What is it? Ronald Reagan's 7 worst words or something like that, or however many words it is.
Right.
I'm from the government. I'm here to help. You get the government involved in this, it's going to be a problem.
Oh, my gosh.
It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, cannot imagine. That's for sure. All right, so a couple of other things that we didn't necessarily hit on today, but I did like the conversation with Ryan O'Halloran as far as the OTAs are concerned, because, Matt, you were taking a look at a couple of the guys that you didn't get to see because you were at the spring meetings. But Caleb Ransaw is a guy, and I'll just go back to what little we saw of him before. If he can be a physical presence, they are thinking of him as a guy that can walk up to the line of scrimmage and be a little extra, 8-man in the box, whatever it might be. Antonio Johnson represents that. Ransaw represents that. Jalen Husky might represent that as one of the draft picks that they went out and got.
Well, I was thinking that way because if that is the case and he can be that type of guy, then your two safeties are Ransaw and Johnson.
Yeah.
And I know you like Murray, but
I love it.
I'd rather have a guy back there that can also cover.
Yeah, but, Eric Murray can. And so that's my point is that he is a versatile, knowledgeable, dual type of safety, which is really what they want and what they're looking for.
So it's just like me. I don't know about coverage.
Listen, I got my own guys.
I don't know about coverage with Murray.
I got my own guys. He didn't play enough because he got hurt, but no, he can cover.
He can bring some wood.
He bring wood for sure.
And Big Sirs.
I don't know so much about the coverage, bro.
Big Sirs, did you see that play against PTJ?
I saw it, bro.
Okay, so you need to tell Matt about that one.
Yeah, it was.
I know there were no pads on.
I know Trevor wasn't threw that ball.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. But
it was a hell of a catch, though. Interception.
But I am looking at
by Murray.
Yeah.
Yeah. BTJ. Yeah, snatched it right. Snatched it right out of the air from him.
Yeah, and so there's good competition. Whoever ends up being that group back there that we're talking about, that's going to be the bonus for Anthony Campanile, is that they've created enough competition, and we'll find out what Jalen Husky represents. We'll find out if he can be that type of dude. But Antonio Johnson is looking. He's a contract guy. He's looking to get paid and looking forward to the idea of going out there and being one of these integral players. And you may see 3 safeties out there a lot more than you can imagine. Because it could be a 4-2-5 with three corners, or excuse me, 2 corners and 3
corners and 3 safeties.
It's possible. We don't know what Jordan Lewis is going to do.
Hope they can cover.
Yeah. Now Jordan Lewis is.
By the way,
definitely.
was he out there? Was he or no? Was he not running
He's
around?
working on the side.
Yeah.
But he is the nickel that they're counting on. I'm just saying it's not always going to be that way. You can come up with all sorts of crazy scenarios where you have 1 linebacker out there and 6 DBs. Campanile's going to try a number.
I'm okay with the DBs. I'm just saying, if you're going to have 5 DBs, I'd rather have the 2 safeties and 3 corners.
I get it. Totally get it. But it depends on what that other team's doing to you. If they are running the football or if they are short game passing you.
Their front 4 better hold up if they running that 4-2-5 or whatever the hell they're going to be running.
Yeah.
Because I'm running
the
that
3-3-5.
Exactly. I don't care. I'm running that shit.
But if you look at the linebacking competition, Foye has it on lock, basically. And then it comes down to what Ventrell Miller can do, what he represents as far as the future, what Dennis Gardeck is for this football team. He will be in sub packages or whatever. He's proven that he can rush the passer and do some things for you. And then you obviously take a look at where Jack Kaiser fits in and all these other guys. Listen, I got my flip card, man. I got 90 players to keep track of. Don't you try and steal this from me, okay? But if you just take a look at this, Matt. What is the lightest number of players at each position?
LB.
Yeah, LB. Okay, and look how many are here in the
DBs.
defensive backs.
The D-line.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
7 rookies in camp on the D-line.
Yeah.
7.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. And so that's what they're trying to figure out is which of these guys are going to make impacts, which of these guys are going to be practice squad players, which of these guys are developable, all that type of stuff.
By the way, how did the row look?
I didn't see him. I only saw Rowe.
I didn't see it. I didn't see.
Yeah, I only saw Rowe.
Yeah.
I didn't see Rowe.
Okay. So how did Rowe look?
I didn't know. Listen, I went looking for but Leon, was it hard to catch a glimpse of someone?
Well, he's a big dude, and he's number 99. It shouldn't have been that hard to see him.
They were running the football. There was no pads on. It was all stuffed up in the center. And then I just kept looking at running backs that they're supposed to run to the goal line.
Got it.
Bashal looked fast. Jamari Taylor looked fast.
Quint
looked like he put a little bit of weight on. He looks pretty good. LeQuint's rocking the 5 now, so we'll see what he's got cooking. Yeah, there's
rocking the what now? 5?
Number 5. Yeah,
nice.
There's a bunch of jersey changes, that's for sure. All right, speaking of changing.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
You didn't have to wonder what the jersey number for Tom McManus was going to be. It was double nickels, okay? As he joins us right now, helmets and heels getting ready to roll. Tommy Mack, what is cooking?
What's up, fellas? But, I was a different number before I was given double nickels. Do you know what that was, Joe C?
What was it?
Typical white boy linebacker or fullback number that might not
44.
make it. 44, exactly right. They gave me the 44, which normally the 44 does not make the team. So I broke the trend, I guess.
You damn right you did. You damn right.
You broke the curse.
That's right. I broke the curse, Big Sirs. No doubt.
All right,
No
what's
doubt.
coming up?
Oh, man, lots of ball today. We're going to look at a list that came out about the top 10 quarterbacks with the most to prove in 2026. Of course, Trevor's on the list, but we'll tell you where and get into that and just all talk about college ball. It's crazy how everything's changing. And, of course, our hometown team, man, just moving forward in the process of getting closer to 2026. All coming up on Helmets and Heels.
All right, love it. Thank you, Tommy Mack.
Thank
we
you.
will be listening. They got it coming up next. We are done here.
With the most to prove. He was the finalist for the MVP last year.
Yeah. Well, they're coming up with a conversation, okay? Coming up with the conversation. And
No, I'm talking about whoever wrote the article.
Yeah. And he wants that. I think we all want that next step from Trevor, that's for sure. All right, thanks to everybody out here. HireHeroesUSA.org. Service Master for having us out. Ron for producing here. Gibby for hanging out with us. JJ back there. We are done. Helmets and Heels is coming up next.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford.